Good morning, Seven Lakes. Please stand for the pledges. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. As we begin another school day, let us take a moment to silently think about our day, our activities, and what we hope to accomplish.
Good morning, Seven Lakes. I'm Sophia Maneth. Welcome to our second to last Spartan Time of the year. First off, here's Mr. Bai with all you need to know about spring exemptions and finals.
Hi, this is Mr. Bai, your Associate Principal, with some information that you'll need about final exams and exemptions for this spring semester 2015. Let's take a look at the exam schedule first. As you can see, on Monday, June 1st, we'll have the 7th period exam. That'll be in the afternoon. And then Tuesday, June 2nd, we'll have 1st and 6th. Wednesday, June 3rd, we'll have 2nd and 3rd. Finally, on June 4th, we'll have 4th and 5th period, and that'll be our only half day of the week. You can see the full bell schedule on the Seven Lakes High School website. Transportation. The only early dismissal day, once again, is Thursday, June 4th, and that's the only day that buses will run at 11:35 a.m. Every other day, they'll be running at their usual time, 2:45 in the afternoon. No early finals. We cannot give any early finals in our district, so the only way, if you have a conflict to work out, is to talk to your teacher and possibly your assistant principal about taking a final when you have an exemption or a study hall, a non-credit class, and make sure that that lines up. We can't give anything before finals week, so if you have any family travel plans, you need to make sure you have arrangements with your teacher and assistant principal. If you wind up missing finals or missing any finals altogether, you're going to receive an I for incomplete on the semester on your report card. You have 2 weeks to make it up this summer, meaning the deadline is June 19th. There will be people up in the front office for a while this summer helping you get those finals done, but it's best to make those arrangements as soon as possible so we know when to expect you. Now, exemptions. This has not changed from the past few semesters, but we'll go over it again anyway. 9th grade gets their 1 exemption, 10th grade gets 2 exemptions, 11th grade gets 3, but this time seniors, of course, it's the spring, so if you're eligible, you can get all of your exemptions. Now, with the exception of seniors, students cannot exempt the same class in both semesters. So if you exempted English in the fall, you'll have to take your English exam in the spring. Students must attend all classes during finals. This includes study hall, athletics, fine arts, student aid, etc. If you miss one, you could lose an exemption because you may be risking a truancy if you are absent and you should be there. If you want to miss a study hall final, a student aid final, etc., you have to use an exemption for that period or you could be counted truant. Here are the exemption requirements, and once again, this has not changed from past the recent semesters. An A average, you can have 3 or fewer absences. A B, you can have to have 2 or fewer absences, and a C, you can only have 1 or 0 absences to get your exemption. Remember, 3 tardies equal 1 absence for exemption purposes, and these absences all count for the semester from January to present. Textbooks. All of your textbooks must have been checked before you can get an exemption card. All textbooks for 1 semester courses have to be turned in before you can take your final exams. If you need your textbooks checked, you'll have to go to the book room next week starting on Tuesday and get those cleared. For the discipline policy for your exemptions, you can lose your exemptions if you have an N or a U for a conduct grade, if you've been in-school suspension or out-of-school suspension, if your detention time adds up to 6 hours or more, or if you have any holds on your exemption card, then you could lose your exemption. Exemption cards will be distributed on Tuesday, May 26th during lunch or before or after school in the grade level AP office. You must have your current valid Seven Lakes High School ID card to pick up your exemption card. Even if we know you, we still need to see your ID card. And cards are going to be due back to your AP office by Friday, May 29th at 3 p.m. Let's talk a minute about holds on your exemptions. You must clear your holds to pick up your exemption card. You have to obtain written proof that you've been cleared. So if you have something like a library fine, once you pay that fine, they will give you a little written receipt that you take back to your AP office to pick up that exemption card. You can clear your textbooks in the textbook room starting May 26th, next Tuesday. Power reviews. Power reviews ticket sales have already started and they're off at a brisk pace. We've already sold out of several sessions. Sales will continue during lunch next week. The Power Review dates and times are Tuesday, May 26th at 3 o'clock, Wednesday, May 27th at 3 o'clock, and Thursday, May 28th at 3 o'clock. Just those 3 days. Finally, if you exempt a final, you have to leave campus or remain in the main commons. We'll ask you to not walk around the halls and be a distraction to people who are taking their finals. If you exempt a final and decide to take it, the grade will stand. You can't just go in and sample the final and see if you'd like to take it. Once you get a look at it, your grade is going to count. Finally, watch your absences all week because absences will continue to count against you and your teacher may have to inform you that you've lost an exemption after you already thought you turned your exemption card in and had everything taken care of. So keep going to class, don't miss because those absences are going to continue to add up. If you have any other questions about your exemptions or exemption policy or exemption card, stop by your grade level AP office and ask them. And good luck on finals. And that's it.
Sabrina Hosseini decided she would create a classroom spotlight segment on one of her favorite courses, psychology. Let's take a look.
Well, I grew up in Colorado, so because I grew up in Colorado, we played a lot of sports, and we were always in the backyard playing sports and laughing and having fun. I grew up on a neighborhood where no one had fences, so everyone's backyard was connected, so it was great because we'd play until, you know, someone rang their dinner bell every night. And I have two brothers, so we played outside a lot together, and they taught me a lot about leadership. One of my brothers was quarterback of the football team. He was very popular, so he taught me what it looked like to be a leader. And then my other brother has Asperger's, and he was picked on a lot. So it made me really sensitive and think about being kind to everyone.
When did you start becoming interested in psychology?
You know, I've always been interested in psychology. Ever since I was little, I used to do experiments on my friends, on my brothers, on everyone. I mean, I always am doing, and not on purpose, but just like seeing what people will do, and I've just always been interested in people. There was a time, though, where I was at St. Olaf and I listened to this chapel talk. We had a time every day where you had time for reflection or prayer, and this professor came and spoke. She was a counseling psychology teacher and a professor. And anyway, she inspired me so much that I thought, I have to take a class from her. She's outstanding. And she ended up becoming my mentor. And then when I was getting done with undergraduate, I decided that I would teach for 3 years, but I loved it so much I stayed.
What is AP Psych like at Seven Lakes?
You know, it's pretty fast-paced. I try to throw in some jokes and have some fun, but one of my chief goals is to have the kids be successful on the AP exam. And last year, our school got over half the 5s and somewhere in the 40% of the 4s. So I think we're really academically successful there. I love it so much that I want people to love what I love. So I got AP Psych approved for the district. It wasn't approved until probably about 7 or 8 years ago. And we just offered academic. And I thought, wow, how could Katy ISD not have AP? So we got it approved, and we've increased our enrollment every year by hundreds of kids, probably 500 to 600 increase in enrollment across the district every year. So I'm really pleased about that.
Do you have any tips for incoming students who might be interested in taking AP Psych?
I think if you're not super strong at school, that's not maybe your strongest suit, then if you take academic, that's a really good class because you learn a lot about all sorts of things, relationships, how to learn. You learn about other people and your body and your brain. And I think it's really one of the most applicable classes at our school, or you could just take the AP straight in, which a lot of my kids do. And I think I came out of high school pretty successfully, I think, but I don't think I really understood how to learn, and I think that would have been helpful. I just think it's such a good class for you to have before you go off to college. I think a lot of people see me as a soccer coach, which I love my soccer girls, shout out to the soccer program. But I also love being a teacher, and I'm just so happy to be here at Seven Lakes.
From a classroom spotlight to a student spotlight, here's Sochi featuring a Spartan with seemingly magical skills.
Hello Spartans, on this week's Student Spotlight, I am here with senior Rod Carpan. He was featured in Mr. Seven Lakes and won first runner-up. He is also known as Seven Lakes Magician. So Rod, what influenced you to start getting into magic?
Well, every year, my dad, he had, his work had a Christmas party that they had set up, and one year, I got this magic kit, and I started playing around with it, and I noticed that like it was awesome. Mm-hmm. So I started messing around with that, and then there was a point in time where I just I went away from magic, mm-hmm. and then it was 10th grade where I came back and I started playing around with cards. I saw this guy on YouTube, and he was just awesome. So I started messing around with cards, and then that's where I am now. So like I don't really do a whole lot of like just prop magic. I do a lot of cards, and now I'm here, and I'm doing lots of cool tricks. It's sweet.
That's awesome. So how has magic influenced your life?
Well, one thing's for sure, it's really helped me to build confidence and just be able to interact with people better. I mean, before I was kind of shy and reserved, and I was just kind of like that kid who would sit in the back and just kind of watch everybody else have fun, and I would sit there and I wouldn't be having fun myself. Mm-hmm. So magic helped me to open up to people, like be able to approach people without worrying. What are they going to think about me and stuff? Like I can just go up to people and just be, hey, like how's it going?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So it's helped me to open up for sure.
That's awesome. So can you show us a few magic tricks?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. For this trick, we're going to use a regular bicycle deck of cards.
Okay.
All right, and you guys can see red bicycle deck of cards. Sweet. Now this we're going to do. Okay. Now you can see they're all mixed up, and there's in no particular order. They're just regular bicycle cards. Mm-hmm. All right. Now this we're going to do. Okay. I'm going to go through these cards, and I want you to find one that really calls out to you. It can be any card from the deck, right? So we had the three of spades, the 8 of diamonds, 6 of hearts. It doesn't matter, but I'm going to start going through these, and when you see one that you like, you just tell me one. Okay. So.
Okay.
Any point.
No.
King.
No.
Queen.
Yeah,
okay.
Queen.
Queen of hearts.
Okay.
Sweet. Okay, now this we're going to do. We're going to bury the Queen of hearts inside the deck, okay? No breaks, no sleight of hand here. Now watch, we're going to put the cards back in the box. And what's going to happen is something magical.
Okay.
that was really cheesy, but that's all right. All right, now this we're going to do. Okay, now most magicians at this point, they would take your card and they would switch its color. Okay? Now that would be a cool trick. Mm-hmm. But what if I could take every other card in this deck and switch its color and put a little blue mark on it?
That'd be crazy.
All right, watch this. Ready? Boom. And it just happened. Look at this. So if you look, the cards all have a little blue mark on them. Except for one red card. Can you guys see that?
Wow.
Look at this. And what else than your
Queen
of hearts.
Of hearts.
All right, now watch this. Look. All the rest of the cards, right, they're all blue. But one red card in a blue deck of cards doesn't really do us a whole lot of good. But blue is actually the stronger pigment, and if we take the card and just give it a quick little rub here, you'll see that your card, the Queen of Hearts, also turns blue just like the rest of the cards, and we have a full and complete blue deck of cards.
Wow. That's crazy. How'd you do that?
It's magic.
Well, thank you so much, Rod, for being
Yeah,
on our
no problem.
student spotlight. And guys, if you want to know how he did this trick, just stop him in the hallway, but I don't think he's going to tell you.
That's all for this week's Spartan Time. Next week, due to Friday's senior trip, the Wednesday and Friday bell schedules will be flipped. So we'll have Spartan Time on a Wednesday and a regular bell schedule on Friday. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. Stay safe and classy, Seven Lakes.